state government plans to upgrade some post-primary schools to model secondary schools. Petroleum Products Monitoring Committee says it is ready to wield its stick on marketers who sell above approved palm price. Police restored normalcy in Ikori Neme in Isiano de Manikorokop in Oborokara local government area after days of misunderstanding over a parcel of land. Details shortly. Good morning. Guess you had a good night rest. You're on to Channel 45 News at dawn, greeting you from Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital. I am Akaniyene Upo. The state government is to upgrade 10 post-primary schools to model schools. Governor Udom Emmanuel announced this while addressing students of the West Itam Secondary School, Ekritam, in Itu local government area, as part of his tour of ongoing construction work of Sports Development Center. Government House Bureau Chief Colonel Edemefreti reports that the model secondary schools will be established in 8 of the 10 federal constituencies of the state.
Governor Udom Emmanuel said the decision was taken to improve the quality of education, as the model schools would expose the students to the best of facilities required at that level of education. Stressing that students of the schools have the chance to pursue their academics as well as develop their skills and talents, the governor encouraged the students to take their studies serious so as to enjoy the foundation laid by his government to enable them be successful.
Some of you want to display the raw talents God has given you, and we don't want you to be deprived at all, because in this government we are trying to build human capacity, and we want to start from primary school. So don't be surprised. Let me make some announcements. As we are completing these facilities, I've seen some of the roofs in your school. It's not looking like a model school. We are going to make your school a model.
Mr. Udom Emmanuel, who interacted with the students on issues that would benefit them, assured that the model schools, when established, would have boarding facilities of international standard. He appreciated teachers of the West Itam Secondary School for their contributions to the success of free and compulsory education policy of the government.
But we want to believe that every Akwa Ibom person, no matter what you do, you will come out one of the best in the whole world. That's our target. It doesn't matter. We are going to identify what you know how to do best, and make sure we develop you in that field. I'm happy to see all of you as my children, and I'm going to do everything possible to make the quality of education competitive with any other place in the whole world.
The head of civil service, Mrs. Eker Bongakwan, has spoken on the need for journalists employed by the government to always be guided by the civil service rule, while also upholding journalism ethics. Mrs. Eker Bongakwan was speaking during her visit to the AKBC television chapel of the Nigeria Union of Journalists. The head of civil service, who urged journalists in government employ to always protect the interest of the employer, added that they should make discipline their watchword. She said that the state government, under the leadership of Governor Udom Emmanuel, is committed to serve the people, adding that government in the last few months has done a lot to enhance the living standard of the people.
For the government which they represent, and not a government that they are very far away from, a government that they are close to the top.
The State Petroleum Products Monitoring Committee, PPMC, has said that it is ready to carry out the federal government's directive to seal off any filling station that is selling petrol above approved pump price. In addition, the committee said that it will dispense the product free to customers. The chairman of the committee, Obong Esienesema, said this at a meeting with stakeholders in the petroleum downstream sector of the oil industry in Akwa Ibom State. The story is here presented.
Obong Esenesema said, in view of the fact that there is enough petrol in the state, there was need for petroleum dealers to comply with the federal government approved pump prices of 86 naira for major marketers and 86 naira 50 kobo per litre for independent petroleum marketers. He emphasized that he has been further directed by the state governor to ensure that petrol is available and sold at government approved pump prices. Having subscribed to the oath of office when he was appointed, he said he has no option than to carry out the directives to the letter. Obong Esema wondered why it takes the petroleum marketers no time to implement a new price regime when there is an increase in pump price, but very difficult to do same in an event of a slight downward price adjustment.
And I should inform us that he wants petrol to sell in Akwa Ibom State at government approved price of 86 naira 50 kobo per litre. I also have gotten directive from NNPC at Abuja given to all states enforcement offices that we should ensure that all products that are lifted gets to the state. And when they get to the state, we should also ensure that they are sold at government approved price. And if they fail to sell, we should go ahead and dispense the product free of charge to members of the public.
The chairman of the PPMC, who commended major marketers of petroleum products in the state for their cooperation, disclosed that his office is fully aware of the quantity of petroleum products lifted to the state and the daily consumption. The meeting, he stressed, was to enable his office to rub minds with a view to tackling challenges they face in the course of doing their businesses and chart a way forward with a commitment to making life bearable for citizens of Akwa Ibom State. Obong Esema, who also warned against hoarding, adulteration and diversion of petroleum products, said that he is ready to beam his searchlight on the urban axis of the state where cases of diversion are on the increase.
But I'm only sounding a warning that we are coming to Oron. All the untoward activities in our area will have to stop henceforth. Because we stopped it in Ibna, we stopped it in Ibabasi, we will stop it in Oron. We are coming there. Enough of the diversion, enough of the adulteration and all type of hoarding that goes on there in the area.
In their reactions, the petroleum stakeholders pledged to cooperate with the government, but appealed that government should make products available at government depots for them to load in the interim and to establish a depot in the state in the long run. They indicated that if government provides land, they are ready to establish town farms in the state, which will make petrol available at all times, as some of them have to source the products from private depots at exorbitant costs outside the state.
The state chapter of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, says it has not yet published any guidelines on the party congress. A statement by the chairman of the party, Obong Foleku, has therefore advised faithful and the public to ignore those going round chapters and wards to collect and compile names under the guise of party congress. He described the action as mischievous. The PDP chairman said at the appropriate time, adequate information will be given and Congress guidelines made public. He thanked the teeming faithful of the People's Democratic Party for the unflinching support to Governor Udom Emmanuel and the party, urging them not to hesitate to cross-check information about the party to the State Secretariat. The Taya Fernang Akukupayas Esida has said that only commitment to the development of the state by stakeholders and rotational power shift among the senatorial districts will ensure economic and political stability of the state. We'll bring you details of this and other stories when we return. Please stay with us.
Massive rural urban drift is inimical to sustainable development. The government of Udom Emmanuel has strategized to make our rural areas attractive to citizens and investors. Tune into Unveiling the Mandate, Saturday 23rd January 2016 by 11 a.m. The Commissioner for Rural Development, Barrister Ekong Samson, will unveil government rural development programs. Your participation through 081 6392 9018 is appreciated.
And now to the rest of our stories. The Taya Fenang Kuku Pius Eside has said that only commitment to the development of the state by stakeholders and rotational power shift among the senatorial districts will ensure economic and political stability of the state. Kuku Eside said this when the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Science and Technology, Dr. Nestor Odo, paid a New Year visit to Igbe traditional rulers at his palace. The story is here presented.
Recalling his role and that of other patrons in engendering power shifts between senatorial districts, the royal father emphasized that there should be no going back on the decision if peace and harmony must be sustained. He called on politicians to refrain from overheating the polity and advised them not to pursue ambitions that are at variance with the principle of justice and fairness, which have been in practice since democracy returned in 1999. Akuku Eside promised the continued support of stakeholders and well-meaning citizens to Governor Udom Emmanuel's administration and wished him a success.
The permanent secretary, Dr. Nestor,
expressing gratitude to the permanent secretary's magnanimity, members of the Ipenang Traditional Rulers Council took turn to declare their support and confidence in the policies of Governor Udom Emmanuel's administration. Dr. Nestor Odo described his visit as a tradition which is in keeping with his belief that leaders should at all times maintain healthy relationship with their people. He thanked them for their support to Governor Udom Emmanuel and the state generally.
In particular, focus on
appreciating Dr. Odo's gesture, the royal father prayed for him and wished him a rewarding public service career.
Normalcy has returned to Ikori Neme in Esienodim and Ikorokopi in Oborokara local government area after a renewed skirmish between the two communities in the middle of this month. The skirmish, which is over a parcel of land that situates between the two communities, dates back to 1984. According to AKC Channel 45 news correspondent who visited the area in company of the police area commander in Ikorepe, Mr. Echeng, and the police public relations officer Cordelia Nwawe, economic and social lives have returned to the villages as people were seen going about their normal businesses while schools have resumed for classes. The report is here presented.
Men of Nigeria police drafted from the mobile police unit in Uran and other formations within the Ikorepene area command to maintain law and order were at their duty point in the two communities. The police area commander in Ikorepene, Echeng, said that his command, who acted on the instruction of the commissioner, is on top of the situation since hostilities broke out between the two communities about the middle of this month. Mr. Echeng, who said that although property were not destroyed during the misunderstanding, the people of Ikori Neme alleged that one of their people was missing, while Ikot Okup claimed they also lost one of their own. He advised the people against taking laws into their hands, saying that the present peaceful atmosphere in the two communities should be allowed to be. He advised the police to be civil but tactful and firm in the discharge of their duties there.
The matter borders purely on a disputed piece of land. But the last incident that happened here wasn't actually on that particular disputed piece of land. It was as a result of miscreants from the two communities who believe in violence and believe that dialogue and peace cannot be the way out. But thank God that the Commissioner of Police, Akwa Ibom State, was very swift in his action, because he immediately heard about it. He mobilized the area command and also the mobile unit from 57 PM Bukana to this place, and were able to take the grounds.
State Police Public Relations Officer Cordelia Nwanwe said that the command under the leadership of Commissioner Motala Mani will continue to be alive to its responsibility of maintaining law and order and ensuring total security of lives and property of the people. The village head of Ikori Neme and that of Ikorokup, in their comments, commended the state governor, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, the commissioner of police, and the area commander, HLHM, for their swiftness to arrest the situation. They called on the state government to take steps to end the age-long problem, saying, however, that the land in question could be acquired with adequate compensation paid to the communities, in addition to making clear demarcations of boundary between them.
Some sections of classroom blocks in secondary commercial school Ikorobinyang have been vandalized by unknown persons. The proprietor of the school, Mr. Nephew Humo, while conducting a KBC Channel 4-5 news crew around the damaged portions of the school block, said that the vandalism took place Saturday night. Ebuka Okafo filed this story as presented in our studios.
Addressing newsmen, the proprietor of secondary commercial school Ikorobinyang, Mr. Nephew Humo, traced the alleged cause of the vandalism to the land which the school situates. He told AKBC Channel 45 News that the land was an outright sale by Noisen family and the school has been there since 1987. Mr. Umo, who alleged that the vandals were shooting to scare away people while carrying out the act on the school properties, added that the miscreants dropped a notice for the school to forget the land. He said that he has notified authorities and security agencies for investigation and resolution on the matter, and that the community was solidly behind the school.
I cannot say exactly what is in their mind. Maybe somebody can have a problem with somebody another way that you don't know, so that I cannot say exactly. So the police will do their job, and they will say this is what I have done, or this is what the school has done, or whether the teachers or so that mastermind the problem.
Some senior persons of the community, including Pastor Akub Dixon and Mr. Innocent Sampson, described the action by vandals as unscrupulous and illegal, explaining that it was allied to the community.
And this particular school compound, where the school situates, was given out from the school by my elder brother. I am made to understand that the cult group from afar here, by neighboring villages, we received phone call from the proprietor what had happened. Then I instructed him not to come that night. The village were alerted to, through the advice of the proprietor. The inter-villagers came out. They stopped not to come here. The voice bloodshed.
The village head of Ikorobinyang, Etedong Ememukuninyang, in his comments described the incident as unfortunate and advised those involved in the illegal act to let peace be. He said that they have reported the incident to appropriate authorities.
What is happening in that school is what this village is interesting. Reported this matter to the appropriate authorities. Bring peace.
The need for God's guidance throughout the new academic session informed the decision of the management of Rickman Schools in Ikorekmene to gather staff and students in great dedication to God through a solemn assembly. It had the theme, Laying Up a Good Foundation. Patricia Udo reports.
Addressing the gathering, the chairman, Board of Trustees of Rickman Schools, Senator Emmanuel Ibogesien, expressed gratitude to God for his benevolence on Ritman Group. He explained that the Solemn Assembly was organized to commit the schools to God to enhance more growth in the institution, while reminding the students of the benefit they will derive through hard work. Senator Emmanuel advised them to take their studies seriously and shun frivolous acts that will mar their future. He expressed delight over the increase in the population of staff and students in the school and declared 21st January of every year as the school's Solemn Assembly Day, while 30th of March every year will be celebrated as the day Ritman was incorporated. 16th September to be jointly celebrated as Ritman College as well as Ritman Nursery and Primary Schools Day. 23rd November of every year will be celebrated by the Ritman University students.
Your studies well, because the sky is your limit. Make sure you study well. Leave all cultism and fraternity that do not belong to God. This is a godly place. It will fish you out.
The Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Celestin Ntwen, thanked the staff and students for attending the Solemn Assembly. He says that Ritman schools are founded on Christ, describing the schools as institutions where staff, students, and stakeholders with the quest for knowledge realize their ambitions. Professor Ntwen further explains that knowledge can only be acquired when God is made a priority, adding that the benefits of a Solemn Assembly includes abundant blessings, knowledge, and self-control. He therefore urged the staff and students to be conscious of what they do and also seek knowledge from God.
For Ritman University, as you are walking in, is a place where many of you, including the staff, the students, our other stakeholders, will come here and there to increase knowledge. In fact, you can read that in Daniel 12 verse 4.
In his homily, Apostle Samuel Usoro of the New Apostolic Church urged the gathering to build their trust in the Lord and seek His knowledge. He explains that any foundation built without Jesus is bound to fall, as Jesus is a firm foundation one can build his life upon. Prayers were said for God's guidance in the administration of the schools, staff, students, parents, stakeholders, board of trustees, council members, Akwa Ibom State and Nigeria. Earlier, the chairman, board of trustees, Senator Emmanuel Ibogesien, and the Vice Chancellor, Professor Celestin Ntwen, had read the Bible lessons in the service. Patricia Udo reporting.
You can also watch KBC TV News online by logging on to kbconline.org or follow us on Twitter at KBC45U or on Facebook at KBC Channel 45. And now to end the news, another look at the top stories. The state government is to upgrade 10 post-primary schools to model schools. Governor Udomi Emmanuel announced this while addressing students of the West Itam Secondary School Ekritam in its local government area as part of his tour of ongoing construction work of Sports Development Center. We also brought you a report that normalcy has returned to Ikolimeme in Esienudum and a Koroko in Oborokara local government area after a renewed skirmish between the two communities in the middle of this month. That's our package this morning. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, once your passion is right, nothing is impossible. Dakada, and have a great day today. Good morning.
volume. Grab a juicy slice of life and live on the edge without